Okay, welcome back. Now that you've had a chance to play with your email and kind of figure some of that out, I wanted to go over some of the other programs that we're going to use, in particular the Google Suites. That's going to include the Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. And so, as you can see, I'm still in my email. And if you click up here, you'll see that you have these little 9 dots. These 9 dots are going to have everything that you're going to need for this class. So when I click on them, I will scroll down. I can see my calendar. I can see Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides right there. I've also got my Drive right there, which is where we are going to save everything that we have. And if we scroll even further down, we'll see the YouTube. And further down more, you'll see that we have Canvas. These are some of the things that we're going to use the most. And so I want to start with Google Docs. So if we go ahead and click on that, it's going to open up a new tab for us. And we're going to get this option of what kind of document we want to open. 99.999% of the time, you're going to open up a blank document. And so that's what we're going to click, is the one that says blank on it. And so you'll see that this pulls up. You've got a white sheet of paper. You have all these options up top. The very, very, very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to title this document right here so that it starts saving. With Google Docs, your document will save automatically to your Google Drive. You don't have to remember to do that. It's automatic. And so the first thing I want to do is title the document, and that's how it'll save it. And so we're going to do this as, I'm just going to title this video test, and that's going to save it to my Google Drive. As you can see, it's saving right now, and then it says save to drive. So it is in there. Now I'm ready to start typing. So I can just type anything that I want, and it will eventually start typing. There we go. Test document. So this is what I want to type in Google Docs test document. Let's say that's my entire letter. It's already saved, as we stated. There are several things that I can do. I can print this. Now, you guys do not have that option. But if you're typing something and you need to print it, you can come over here and click the share button. When you click that button, it's going to bring this up. You can type in my name and it'll share it with me, and I can go ahead and print it for you. Now, obviously, I'm not going to share it, so I just went ahead and clicked done. I can change the size of this document to make it bigger or smaller so that I can see it better. I can change what type of text I use. So if I were to highlight this just by double clicking that word, I can just change the way that it's written, or I can change the style of the font. Comic Sans, don't ever use that in any of your papers, but I can change the style. I can change the size of the print. Okay, I can bold it or unbold it, italicize it or unitalicize it. I can underline it or ununderline it. I can change the color of the font. I can highlight it. This button right here means you can insert a link. So let's say you are doing a research paper and you need to give me the link for a website. You could just click on this and it'll put in the link for you. Add comments. This will usually be a button that I will use when I'm actually grading your stuff. I might double click on this and I'll click add comment. And I'll type something there and I'll just put comment. And then that way you can see that comment later when I'm done grading it and just know and get your feedback that way. Let's see. If I want to insert a picture, let's say I just want a picture of me, for example, in there. I could just click on it and then go to wherever I have my pictures and put the picture in. You can align, oops, there we go. You can align your wording so that it's either aligned to the left, it's centered, aligned to the right, or it's in block format. Block format's not one that you're going to use in an academic setting. That's going to be more for business setting. Most of your stuff is either going to be left or center formatted. You can change your spacing. Used to be we would do double spacing when we typed things. That was back in the 90s, maybe even the 80s. We used to do that. Now we typically try to stay to single spacing. You can put bullets in. So let's say you have a list of things that you want to include. You can bullet. You can change where the bullet is placed. Your document will automatically start bulleting things for you once you put that in. And so perhaps the next bullet point you want in, or you want to start a new bullet point, you can change all that. So up here you have your file menu. You can download this into a Microsoft Word. All of your emails do have Microsoft Word. If you're more comfortable with that, you can do that. Just know that Canvas does not download Microsoft Word. And so when you go to submit assignments, it has to be through Google Docs. You can email this as an attachment. If you have something that you need to just email, you can do that. If you decide that you don't like any of it, you can just move it to the trash. All right, so under the edits, you can undo something. So let's say you don't like the last thing you did, you can click undo. You can do that here as well. Or if you accidentally undo something, you can redo it. If you've copied something that you're going to paste in here, this will be right here under the paste. Viewing is just the things that you want to see. So I've got my print layout that I can see. I can see my ruler. If I were to uncheck the ruler, you'll see that this thing disappeared. So let's say I want to see that ruler. I'll check it again. There's the ruler. The ruler helps you with knowing where things are going on the paper. You can insert images, a table. So like, let's say you need a graph of some kind in here, you can do that. You can draw something. You could put different charts in. You could draw lines, special characters. You could do an equation if we're working on math. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of things that you can insert, and so your format, just the different ways that you're going to format how your document looks. You can check your spelling and your grammar. There's a dictionary under the Tools tab. If it's very, very, very difficult for you to type, you can do voice typing, which is where you just say what you want it to type and it'll type it for you. You will need to seriously check your document, though, before you submit it if you're going to use that, because it is not going to catch everything correctly. Um, and then under the Help tab, if you need more information about Google Docs, you can go into there and ask questions and things like that. Okay, so our document's done. We've already saved it. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you is that if you click this folder here, you can pick where your document is going to save. So let's say I wanted to put this in a particular folder for social studies. I can click through until I get to where I want it to go and click move here. And my document is saved. So that is Google Docs. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're going to give you a chance to play around with this and work with this.